G'day and welcome to another episode of the Adventure King's Beginner's Guide to Camping. Now in this episode, I'm going over a question we get asked really often. How do I run a fridge in my vehicle so I can go camping this weekend? Well, the short answer is you'll need a second battery. But come along and let's check it out. Now, if you wanted to go camping every single day, you'd need a much more involved 12-volt setup that can actually run, connect and charge your second battery. And it's commonly referred to as a dual battery system. The second battery is permanently wired up under the bonnet or somewhere in the back of the vehicle, or in the tub or canopy if you have a ute. That means you have one battery that starts and runs your car, while the other is dedicated to running your 12-volt accessories. These batteries are joined together with wiring and ideally a DC charger to ensure that both batteries stay topped up while you drive. While that's the ideal setup, it can be a bit too involved for some people, particularly if you need to use your vehicle throughout the week for all your normal duties like shopping, picking up the kids or going to work. So people may not want to invest all that time and money in a permanent setup that's going to take up some of their valuable cargo space. The good news is there's a simple and affordable way to run your fridge, camp lights and charge your devices that you can put in or take out of your vehicle when you need it. Now the next time you're planning a weekend away, here's a guide with some simple steps you can follow. Step 1 is that you're going to need a second battery. The most commonly used type of second battery is an AGM deep cycle. AGM batteries are sealed so they're safe to use inside your vehicle, and being deep cycle, they're able to be discharged down further than a normal car battery. And they can be cycled more times from fully charged to empty. But don't make the mistake of getting one that's too small. AGMs should only be used down to around 50% of their capacity, so aim for one rated at around 100 amp hours minimum. That should give you around 48 hours of running a fridge in normal conditions. Step 2. It's a good idea to put your battery in a battery box, and there are a couple of reasons for this. Number 1 is it just makes things so easy. You've got all the sockets and connections you need right on hand to plug in your fridge or charge your phone, or even plug a solar panel with regulator directly in. Secondly, it's going to protect the battery and your vehicle, with much less chance of an accidental short circuit where the battery can arc out and spark. Plus, with handles and the recessed lid, you can pick it up and strap it down easily. Step 3 is to prep your gear in the days leading up to your trip. If you have a portable solar panel, plug it into your battery and let it charge up. This might take a day or two of full sun to charge completely depending on your panel and the conditions. And if you want the most effective charge, aim for a solar setup with an MPPT regulator. It's a more modern technology that can output more power than other types. A great alternative is to use a 240-volt charger. Now you might already have one sitting in your garage or shed, but ideally use one that's suited to your battery type. It's going to give you a more effective charge and prolong your battery life. At the same time, plug your fridge into the power point and bring it down to temperature. Once it's cold, you can put your food and drinks inside so they're ready to go too. Leave it on overnight to bring everything down to temp, and remember fridges work most effectively when they're full, because the large amount of cold items inside help to regulate the temperature and prevent it from warming up quickly. So even if you're only using half your fridge, fill the rest with drinks or water bottles. Step 4. When you're ready to get out on the road, pack everything in your vehicle. Strap your gear down so it's safe and then plug your fridge into your vehicle's 12-volt socket. That way, while you're driving, you're not using your second battery's power and saving it for when you need it when you actually get to camp. Step 5. Once you arrive at camp, transfer your fridge cord to the battery box. Now your fridge is being powered separately from your car, so there's no chance of flattening the car battery. Make sure you put your fridge somewhere out of direct sun where it has ample ventilation, so take it out of your car if need be. Otherwise, you can do what I do, park in the shade but leave your doors or windows down to allow air to circulate. Once you've plugged your fridge in and you know it's running, you can set up camp. With this Adventure King 60-litre fridge freezer running as a fridge, it'll use around 1 amp hour per hour. So if you have a 100 amp hour battery, which you ideally wouldn't use below 50% capacity, it'll run for around 50 hours without a worry. Of course, this all depends on the conditions you're in and how hard you're making the fridge work. Step 6 is optional, but if you have one, now's the time to set up your portable solar panel and plug it into your battery box. That way, so long as the sun is out, you're keeping your battery charged up. Batteries prefer to be kept topped up rather than left to go flat. So not only will you extend the runtime and performance of your battery for your weekend, you'll also help your battery live a long life. When you're ready to head home, step 7 is to again plug your fridge back into your vehicle's 12-volt socket to prevent using any more power out of your battery. Now that's going to stop it from dipping too low and extend the life of your battery. Finally, when you get home and you're unpacking, step 8 is to put your battery back on charge. If you have your solar panel, set it up in the backyard or use your wall charger. Batteries like to be charged up before they're stored because they will slowly discharge over time. Even charging it up to full means that if your next camping trip isn't for a few weeks, you'll need to give it a top up before your next trip, but at least you'll keep your battery happy in the meantime. Finally, a bonus tip which is important to know and remember is how to estimate how charged up your battery is based on the voltage. After your battery is charged up, disconnect it. Let it rest for a couple of hours to settle, then you can check that it's full. For example, an AGM battery that's fully charged will be sitting at around 12.9 to 13 volts. Around 12.6 volts is 75% full, 12.3 volts is around 50% full, and 12 volts is around 25% full. So if it hasn't hit the correct voltage, put it back on charge. Well, there you go. Now you know just how affordable and easy it is to run your camping fridge, your 12-volt camp lights, or your other 12-volt accessories while you're camping, so long as you look after your battery and keep it topped up. If you are after a more in-depth look at 12-volt systems in vehicles, make sure you check out my 4-part 12-volt masterclass on the channel. In fact, take a minute to check out the rest of the channel because there's plenty of great information. If you do have any comments or questions, throw them in the comments below and we'll get back to you. Otherwise, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything else in the series.